and welcome to this section. Here we will talk about one more real-time use case, supermarket sales analysis. So let's get straight into it. The manager of supermarket was analyzing the profit pattern in last year's sales and want to manage its manpower and resources on selective customers which are profitable for the business, and want to cut the cost on unnecessary marketing and other schemes. For this purpose, he has hired you as a Tableau developer and wants you to devise an appropriate strategy for this so that they can increase their revenue generation. After understanding the situation, you are asked to deliver a dashboard with map view of profit margin and a scatter plot which has details about customers, which will help business to find profitable customers by state using action filter. Also help the business to understand the difference between action filters and highlights. So interesting problem, let's try to solve this. The data set which we have is this data, where we have list of order as a table, order ID, joining, customer name, city, country, region, segment, ship date, ship mode, state. These are the columns in this table, and the second table we have order ID, product name, discount, sales, profit, quantity, category and subcategory. Order ID is a common column in both the table. I will use order ID as a joining column and join these two tables. So let me connect the data with Tableau. This is an Excel file. I'll go and select that file and drag my list of orders and order breakdown. Tableau is smart enough to join on common column, and by default it joins inner join. I know that order ID in table A, which is list of order, the number of order IDs are exactly same as number of order IDs in order breakdown table as well. That means if I go with inner join, there will not be any loss of data. So we are good. We'll go with inner join and then we'll go to sheet 1. Again, you can see that Tableau is smart enough to segregate the data into measures and dimensions. Now first of all, I need to create a chart at state level, which is a map view. I'll drag the state here. You can see that I'm getting 127 unknowns. The reason is because by default it will take the current location, and my current location is India, and I cannot pass comma separated values here because the data which I have is of multiple countries. I have to tell Tableau that select country and map these countries with the states. Click OK. You will see that the chart coming in. So each dot is actually one state of corresponding country. Now we want to find profit ratio. Profit ratio I want to find at the state level. That means I want to do sum of profit divided by sum of sales. I will not go with profit divided by sales because profit divided by sales will do the transaction level calculation. So profit ratio is actually equal to sum of profit divided by sum of sales. I click OK. I got this profit ratio. I'll drag it in color, and now you can see that the blue ones are the positive profit ratio, orange ones are the negative profit ratio. I can very well change the color out here. Let's make it green and red. I click OK. You can see that now the chart is looking at green and red level. Darker the green, more positive; darker the red, more negative. That is how you can create a map view which will show you profit margin. So let me rename this as profit margin by state. Now the second chart which I want to create is a scatter plot. So scatter plot, to create a scatter plot we will require two or more than two measures. So what I will do, I will drag profit and I will drag sales. Now what I want is I want to put the sales value in x-axis and profit in y-axis. I can swap this or I can directly click here, swap, it will automatically swap. Now my x-axis is sales and y-axis is profit, and I have this aggregated value. Because I don't have any dimensions in the chart, that means this is the summing up value of all the states, all the data, profit and sales. I want this chart at the customer level. I'll drag customer name in details. Here you can see each dot is actually one customer. I'll drag this profit ratio in color. You can see that these are the customers with profit ratio as positive, and these are the customers with profit ratio as negative. I can increase the size a bit, and then I can also change the shape. Let's reduce the opacity, and you see that it is looking good. So you can enhance the view of this chart by making some modifications. That is how you can create a scatter plot. Now it's time for us to create a dashboard. Because I just want to create two charts, both the charts are ready, I'll create a dashboard. I'll drag this profit margin by state, I'll drag this scatter plot. I'll remove this legend, I don't want this. You can see a beautiful dashboard is created with two charts. Now what I want is when I click on England, this data should show me that particular state's data. That means I want to apply some actions out here. Drop down on this chart, select use as filter. Now what we are doing is I am actually using this chart as a filter. When I click on England, it will show me England's data. When I click on any random state, it will show me that state's data. To release the filter, click anywhere outside the map, or to release the filter, press escape. This is how you can apply action filter. This is one way of applying action filter. I can uncheck this. Now there is no action available. I can apply action filter from here as well. Dashboard, actions, add action, filter, and then what I want when I click on profit margin by state, my scatter plot should change on select. I can rename this filter as action on map. I click OK, and now when I click, you see that the changes are happening. I can press escape, go to dashboard, actions. In place of select, I will go with hover and click OK. Click OK, and now when I hover, the chart will change. Amazing. No clicks required, just hover. You will see the chart is changing. I have one more option out here, menu. I click OK, and when I click, nothing will happen till the time I click on this action on map. Once I click, then only the below chart will change. That is how you can apply action filters. I can apply vice versa as well. For example, when I click on this chart, this chart should change. I'll go to dashboard, actions, add action, filter, and what I want when I click on scatter plot, my profit margin by state should change. Let's say on select. Click OK, and now when I click on any of the customer, you can see that it is showing me all the states from where this guy purchased. That is how you can apply action filter in Tableau. The next concept which we have is action highlight. But before that, I will remove these action filters, because if we have action filter and then we will apply action highlighting, it may sometimes work weird. So I removed both the actions. You will see that no action is happening. All good. Now I'll go to dashboard, action, and select highlight. I'll select on profit margin by state, uncheck this, on select. So basically what I want is when I click on profit margin by state, my scatter plot should highlight only that state's data. The rest of the data should be grayed out. I click OK, and when I click on England, you can see that everything is grayed out. So if you select any of the state, Tableau is not able to identify the records. What is the reason? The reason is granularity. The chart at this level is at state level. The chart here is at customer level. Now I know that this guy purchased product from various locations. Now if I select this location, how will Tableau will know that I have to choose that state's data only? I should have multiple dots for this particular guy, then only I will able to highlight that. Here I have only one dot, so which record to highlight? Tableau will not able to understand. In filter, it just filter out the data, that's why no problem happened. But here the problem is I require multiple dots for this guy, and when I select this state, it should highlight that particular dot for that guy. That means I want to go to this scatter plot. You see, as of now I have 792 marks. I want to add state granularity as well in the data. You can see that number of marks increased to 3729 because there are customers who purchase product from multiple locations. That's why you will see that the number of marks increased drastically. I'll go to the dashboard, and now when I select England, you can see that the data is highlighted for England. When I select any random particular state, that data will be highlighted. So hope this makes sense. That is how you can apply action highlight, and that is how we applied action filter as well. So this is very important because this makes our dashboard interactive, and interactive dashboards gives us a lot of information. So see you in the next business problem. Till then, happy analyzing.